Hi there, listeners, and welcome back to another Captain's Horror Meltdown. My name is Cammie, and I will be your captain on this journey. And I'm joined as well. It's a side mission.
It is.
Do you have?
I think you gave me a job in the last side mission, but you've already had to make one up tonight. So.
Well, I know, but the problem is on this side mission we've gone to shore on a police boat.
Right.
That we've come into possession of because the two police officers that used the police boat have been suspended after a pretty upsetting, violent, racist incident.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the boat's been impounded, and we got to use it for some reason, and we went to shore, and we have watched S. Craig Zahler's latest film, Dragged Across Concrete. We're having to do a side mission here. This is a side mission because it doesn't fit in the chain at all, which is the general gist of our thing. Anyway, all our side missions don't really fit in the chain.
It's not a horror film at all.
It's not a horror film at all. We actually, by rights, shouldn't be doing it at all.
No, but I think people have shown a lot of interest in the judging by our figures. People are liking the Zahler films, and I like the Zahler films, so it's like, fuck it.
And I like the Zahler films. We both love the Zahler films. Neither of us had seen this. We both missed it on the cinema release.
The very, very limited cinema release.
Very limited cinema release in the UK anyway. Certainly very limited screenings up here in Scotland. And but luckily for us, like all his films, which presumably is to do with him having so much to do with the funding and the distribution and all the rest, it was available very quickly after the cinema release, really.
Yeah, well, I think it's
not as instantly as possible, but
but it was interesting. I think Lionsgate that released it? I'm making that up.
Yeah, Lionsgate.
So they released it, and basically they were saying they wanted to cut it. They wanted to cut 20 minutes out, and he was to get a proper cinema release, and he said no.
Well, I mean,
not that it's been funded by Lionsgate. It's the incredible thing about his films is they're all not self-funded, but basically self-financed. So a studio does not pay him money to make a film. He finds the money to make a film, and then just hopes that somebody will punt it out.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is what I think we've talked about it with these other films that we've covered as well. But he, as sort of production team that he's been working with from the start, and this is the third of their films, with him, entirely writing them and then self-funding basically, with the main producer, certainly the most vocal producer, the one that you actually see. I don't know if the others are just unpresentable or something, but Dallas Sunnier. And they've been quite open about the fact that they want to keep going in this vein, making films, getting the money back from them, reinvesting in a more expensive film, but always having complete control over them and being able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how they're sort of progressing. And this is very, very much an S. Craig Zahler film, isn't it?
Without question.
I mean, there is no messing here at all. And I mean, again, it's incredible what he's doing with the money. It really isn't it? I mean, he must have spent a fucking whack of the money here on the cast for a start.
I guess. I mean, it's hard. I was like watching the extras on the Blu-ray, and I think it seemed like certainly a lot of them are like, I just want to do it.
Yeah, I think he's getting that reputation. He's like an actor's director, and because he's writing all this stuff himself. And I mean, I guess we're going to have to. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give a quick summary for those that haven't watched it. I mean, if you haven't seen it, and if you've seen these other films and you've not seen it, then you should definitely give it a watch. It's I think if you were jumping in blind and hadn't seen his other films, you might be a bit confused by what's going on. But let me just give you a wee summary here. Again, this is from Letterboxd, which I think is actually, I love Letterboxd. I'd highly recommend any of our listeners go and use it. So here we're saying, Dragged Across Concrete, 2018, S. Craig Zahler. Two policemen, one an old timer, the other his volatile younger partner, find themselves suspended when a video of their strong arm tactics becomes the media's cause du jour. Low on cash and with no other options, these two embittered soldiers descend into the criminal underworld to gain their just due, but instead find far more than they wanted awaiting them in the shadows. Yeah, I mean, this is like a super stripped down potboiler, isn't it? A little thriller, like really grubby, like hard edged.
I mean, you have to fire out there. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's a big fella.
It is long. It is a long movie. And certainly his previous films are long as well.
Yep.
And this is no different at all. I mean, this is very, very slow paced.
It is.
It is a long film. It is slow paced, but weirdly, it doesn't feel long, like his other films as well. It doesn't feel long when you're watching it.
For me, like the first half hour was like seemed a touch long, but it's like, I think basically they're trying to figure out where this heist is going and try and like cop off on it essentially. And when they actually get into that section of, well, they get to the first where there's like staking the guys out there, there's this such low-lying tension that drips through the film. It's just like holy shit, and it just like from there on in it's like bang 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 bang, but it's not bang 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 bang, but it just seems that way.
It feels like it, but it's just like, it's so slow, and the scenes go on for so long with very little. There's great lengthy moments of silence. There's also like almost no soundtrack in the whole film at all.
Zip.
Super sparse. Shots are held really long. It's like it's just like really sort of slow and ponderous, but it's utterly compelling from start to finish.
Absolutely. I mean, the characters are
never
just
bored
like,
at all.
The characters are just blowing my tits off. Absolutely, left, right, and centre. It's like who have we got? We've got Mel Gibson.
Who a bit
of a controversial figure, I would say.
Yeah. Absolutely. But he's great in it. He looks really fucking grizzled. He's the grizzly old cop, and holy shit, he looks.
This is a performance of a lifetime for me. It's like he's absolutely amazing in it. Absolutely amazing.
I like how you still get little flashes of of Riggs coming through as well, though, don't you?
Yeah,
these little flashes. Yeah. Vince Vaughn, who is brilliant, and who was also the star of Brawl and Cell Block 99. Who's great. Completely newcomer, Tory Kittles, who plays one of the guys in the heist. I mean, holy shit!
And he's fantastic. I'll just like start bringing the Blu-ray stuff without really talking about it. But I mean, Zahler was very adamant about getting him in, and like he'd seen him just like on television. I just thought, this is the guy. And
he's fucking brilliant.
He's a complete unknown essentially. If you're in the UK, you have no idea who this guy is. Absolutely no idea.
No,
but he is fantastic in this film.
Yeah. And another actor that's worked with him a few times now, Jennifer Carpenter, who we know
we can't say very much about in this film because that would give a lot away.
It would, but I'd say that she's quite an odd actress. Like Bertie and I watched it last night, and he was saying that she's got a real oddness about her, which a sort of odd twitchiness. Which
I would say that
works
fan
really
of
well.
the podcast, Doc, is a big fan of her.
Is he?
Big fan.
Right, okay. Fred Melamed, who is absolutely fucking brilliant as well as the bank manager.
Oh,
and
God
is
almighty,
what a performance he puts in as well, doesn't he? And he always does. He's a great actor, but holy shit!
As I'm still bringing the Blu-ray chat,
Brilliant.
as Zahler says, it's like he was like, I need him in my film. And yeah, he's like a massive fan of the guy, and you can see why. You can see why.
Oh yeah, totally brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyable performance from him as well. And just sort of, who else have we got in here? Laurie Holden, Udo Kier, of course, making a return.
I tell you what,
Udo Kier, was
Udo Kier
and Don Johnson.
Udo
Don
Kier
Johnson.
and fucking that scene. You've got Udo Kier and Mel Gibson face to face. That's not happened before. It's
No.
like, holy shit, what a scene that is.
Oh man, yeah,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sorry, that's like just seeing them in the same room, like opposite tables, like, that's beautiful.
Yeah, Udo Kier is absolutely brilliant in it, isn't he? So I mean, it's really heavy hitting cast list on it. But this is a film where it's just like, very little happens in it. It plods along. Keep saying it plods. It doesn't plod along, but it takes its time getting there. It's utterly compelling from start to finish. It's not boring at all. And it's, got like just some incredible bursts of violence in it.
Oh, like
absolutely
frightening bursts of violence.
Incredible moments of violence that are just absolutely horrendous.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's like a scene in well, basically this film's kind of weird. It's like a heist within a heist within a heist.
Yeah.
And I'll let you into a little secret. There's a moment which I won't give away, but in the initial part of the heist, I dropped a small glass of whiskey because I was at this point I was so entranced by the film that it just slipped out of my hands and fucking exploded all over the ground.
Oh my god!
But a shard of glass must have like nipped onto my t-shirt and started to penetrate my left nipple.
Oh god! Old whiskey.
If I wasn't distressed enough. And this is a film that will cause you a lot of distress.
Yeah. I'm like, when I finished watching it last night, I was like, oh god, that was fucking great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And at first I thought, like, oh god, it's a lot of time out of your night. Although it doesn't feel like it when you're watching it. And then I thought, I wonder when I will watch that again. But I actually can't wait to watch it again. I haven't slept
Totally,
enough
and
that's
that's one of the biggest compliments you can give a film that length.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean,
totally. And
I'm still thinking about it right now. It's like, I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
I mean, it's very sparsely shot as well.
It is.
There's almost no. We were talking about this in the last episode we recorded about Frankenhooker, that it's very rich. There's lots of people in it. There's lots of extras. There's lots of stuff happening all the time. It's the exact opposite with Dragged Across Concrete. It's almost like a world where there's nobody there.
Yeah.
There's very few people going on. The scene in the shop at the start where the guy gets held up. It's just him and the guy that's holding him up. The street scenes. There's hardly anyone on the street. There's cars driving around, but there's hardly anyone anywhere. It's just this really sort of stark, sparsely populated, very clinical, clean looking. I mean, the lighting and especially at the start, is like really amazing lighting, and it just really looks like at the start you're almost like, God, this is like, it's lit like Suspiria.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously not quite as, but the lighting is extraordinary all the way through the film.
Yeah,
I mean,
and loads and loads of just do you know that like street scenes used to always have that sodium look because of the sodium lights.
Yeah.
Everything's now like super clear, like LED, like bright, like it's super digital looking almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's like I was reading a review of earlier. I've seen a few reviews before we came on.
Yeah.
And one of them likened it very much to Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Which I get, but you know what I think about this film? I think this is the kind of film that would inspire Quentin Tarantino. It's not.
Well, it's of that genre, if you know what I mean. I think that he would have liked this
But it's
film
so different.
back in the if it was shot in the 70s, and he's certainly going for that vibe of a lot of
That's
these
why I
70s
think. That's
films.
why I think it's like.
Yeah.
It's like no. This is the.
It's like a modern take on
this
this.
is the film that would inspire Quentin Tarantino. This isn't a Quentin Tarantino. It's got that vibe about it, but only because he's ripped off so many films in the past.
Yeah, totally. I mean, just looking here, it was shot in 8K.
8K, oh, you beast.
Yeah, on a red system. So there you go. Oofed.
Yeah, and it's so thoroughly fucking. I mean, the end of it is just like, and the only thing I've got a little criticism about, because I am terrible at predicting the outcome of films, mainly because I don't even bother trying to do it.
Yeah,
I'm the kind of guy that sits in the cinema and just like I'm switching off the brain part and just letting the guys tell the story.
Yeah.
But I did.
I'm the same as well.
I did see who was going to die and who was going to live. It's my only slight.
I kind of did as well, but I thought that I don't know. I'm not going to give anything away, really. I suppose.
No.
I didn't have a problem with any of that sort of stuff. I think
I didn't have a problem with it. It's just weird for me because like I don't try and predict things. I just thought, got a funny feeling what's going to happen.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I can see people. I can see why people. There's been quite a lot of negative press about the film as well.
There has.
From folks saying it's very right wing and the whole racist elements and all the rest. But I don't.
Is there something wrong with me? I didn't get that.
I know. Neither do I. I mean, they are. I mean, they are slightly racist guys, but he's like they're cops. They're old cops. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be the case.
When's that not been done before?
Exactly. I know. When's that not the norm? What is going on?
Holy shit! That's just what happens in these films.
I'll tell you what I'll tell you the thing that I'm gonna. I mean, this is going to be like a super short episode just because we wanted to just duck in and have a wee chat about it. But what I really, really am looking forward to now is seeing what the hell he does next.
It'll be completely unpredictable, I imagine.
Yeah.
Absolutely no fucking idea what he's going to do next. I've seen. I think I might have seen what he's filming next. Oh really? Is it your balls?
Hug Chicken Penny.
Excuse me?
A film called Hug Chicken Penny.
So it is about your balls.
The panegyric of an anomalous child. Hug Chicken Penny is an anomalous child born from tragedy and unknown paternity. This asymmetrical and white-haired baby inspires both ire and pity at the orphanage till the day that an elderly eccentric adopts him as a pet. The upbeat boy's spirit is challenged in his new home as he is exposed to prejudiced members of society in various encounters. Will Hug and his astronautical dreams survive our cruel and judgmental world? Starring Vince Vaughn and Fred Melamed.
Holy fuck. Well, that sounds like a barrel of laughs.
Jesus. Yeah, totally.
Sorry, everyone's been taken aback slightly here.
We've got to. Well, if it comes out, then we've got to go to the cinema and see that, really, don't we?
Yeah,
holy
pretty
shit!
much.
Holy moly! Aye. Brilliant. So yeah, I mean, I would thoroughly recommend it. I would say the other thing as well is that like his previous films, the violence is extreme,
very extreme,
but is very well done and is very brief, I would say.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what I will say in the UK here, it is a deserved 18, no question about it.
Yeah, and there are not a lot. There's not a lot of 18s in this day and age in the UK.
No,
certainly
I mean, it's not.
violence.
It's not
I mean, most
horrifying,
violence are-
but it's like,
No,
yeah, it's like,
no.
yeah, that's an 18. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I really do like this guy.
Yeah.
Although
yeah,
he's got,
yeah.
I tell you what, he has to fucking ditch his male pattern baldness hiding.
Yeah. He does. We were talking
He
about that last night.
really does.
The slicked back long hair
Oofty.
is quite a wild look, isn't
Not a cool look, guy, I tell you.
Yeah.
Which I'll get on to now. I fired through the Blu-ray extras.
it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's move on to. Okay. Before we go into the Blu-ray extras,
Oh,
I'm going to say 2 thumbs up.
I'm going to give it 14 thumbs up.
Holy shit!
Don't have that many thumbs, but I swear to God, I fucking loved it. I was entranced from start to finish. Well, it's not entirely true. Like about 20 minutes, I was like, but then the characters kick in, the script kicks in, the vibe kicks in, and then it's like, I could watch this for the next 6-7 days. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would like to be in the car with them, just seeing how it panned out. Anyway, but yes, the Blu-ray is decent, surprisingly.
Yeah, totally. Because usually these things come out and there's no extras on them or whatever.
The extra is
Blu-ray,
an advert for the Blu-ray,
the film that you've just watched. yeah, totally.
But it's good because it's not immense, but it's really well produced. So they've got like there's a film with 3 parts. I don't know why they put it in 3 parts. It makes no sense at all. Just put it into 1 part, and they've got another extra. It's like, why don't put them all into the same film?
Yeah.
But it's really nicely produced. All the main players are in there, which is quite important. But my favourite one is a 4th one, and they're talking about basically making the film out with the Hollywood system.
Yeah.
And that's my favourite part of it, and it's really interesting listening. It's like, we're making this, but only because people are giving us money who are not a studio, and it's quite interesting, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So they have to find different ways to make their films, which is entirely Zahler's vision. They don't want it to be compromised at all.
Yeah, it's brilliant. No, I love this. I love this thing. This whole way of working. It's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So we should jump back in the police boat and head back to the boat.
Yep.
We've got some main missions to get on with.
Kill some crims.
Yep. Thoroughly recommended, and I love it or list it. Well, I love it. I'm gonna.
Of course, I suppose we have got it on Blu-ray.
I'm going to keep it.
It's gone.
James Furman. I'll tell you what. James Furman would not have been happy about this film at all.
No.
The vast majority of it, no problem. He would not have been happy with it at all.
I don't think he'd like it.
No, I don't think he would. I think we're talking spinning in his grave here.
But it's beautifully made, though.
Yeah, that's true. He did like a well-made film, didn't he?
The violence is extraordinary.
Yes, eye-watering.
Yeah. Well, fuck him, he's dead. Let's move on. And we shall say goodnight.
True. Good night. We will say good night. And thanks a lot for listening. And we'll see you probably back with another main episode. Night, folks. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Bye.